Morning. Welcome to Timberborn on my morning stream. I did quite a bit between last episode and this episode off camera. Um, I ended up extending this out by another block here. I was able to get all of the industry here sorted out. I ended up having to add additional facilities here. So everything is running smoothly. As you can see here, I'm gaining way more bots than I am losing. So it is working really well. I ended up removing all of the majority of the industry here. I extended out the power here, which, as you can see, my power situation is a whole lot better. So right now, with just minimal power, we've got more than enough to cover the requirements needed. I cleaned up. The other thing that I ended up doing is I ended up getting this. So in addition to the power, I was able to get all of this terraformed. So the water, instead of coming down here and then going over here and then filling up this, it's now coming here, flowing down all the way down here, and then flowing into here. This pool here and this pool here I capped for the time being. But right now they're just being filled by these guys here, so it's just basically just simple water dumps to get the water in there. I ended up getting all the terraforming done here, and then some. I extended it out quite a bit, basically to the limits of where the district can go. Uh, what else did I do? Yeah, and I expanded this out. So opened up this a little bit so that there was more water accumulating here, because more water accumulating here would end up allowing for a smoother flow through all of this. Obviously, these are not optimized. Like this is doing 60 HP, whereas like they could be doing a whole lot more. Um, but it's mostly to boost the power as much as I can in little increments. I ended up reactivating this because one of the things that I ended up having is in a lot of the things here, I was running out of uh, wood quite a bit. So I ended up reactivating this since the golem situation seems to have been resolved. I ended up increasing all of that so that they would end up uh, producing a lot more logs. But they've now caught up, so a lot of that is done. Uh, so I think that everything is in a good spot. But I, I don't I don't know what else I can really do this to expand to this, what goal I should go to. Because right now, I've got I've got a total of I've got 250 beavers thereabouts. I've got 9 children and close to 250 bots at the moment. And right now, I don't know if you can tell very well, but like if I put it on 3, my frames per second just die. So I'm only doing like 20 frames a second. So I don't know how much more I can expand this to be able to get it to work. I am expanding this part here uh, to be able to increase the wood production just because the amount of materials that I am producing here, it looked like it was closed. Must just be the angle that because right now the logs, I've got 4 logs in this district, which is not good. So it's not as self-sufficient as it could be. I mean, this alone requires a bunch of materials, and I can potentially increase this, but I think that with this update, the as much as the terraforming works, as you get higher and higher, the frame rate's just not good. So I don't think it's as optimized as it could be. So I think that, what am I doing here? Flooded building. Oh. Oh. That's weird. Not flooded anymore. Just temporary. Yeah, so, and I think overall it's a good place here. Like everything's stable. Oh, and then one other thing is that I ended up getting the well-being up to 31 now. Because I started putting in additional things, so I ended up putting in a temple in every district. Well, every district that has well-being ones. You can't do that with the golems, but you can with um, the live beavers. So, and I put in some mud baths. I put in a carousel. I dotted the landscape with various other uh, things. Added in labor monuments there. So to help increase a lot of that. Oh, I need a bigger space for that. Well, let's do. this here. And there, and I think that's good. That at least puts that in there. I need, so let's do Flame of Progress and Tribute of Ingenuity. Oh, this one needs power. Need power. So that's not gonna work anyways. That covers a huge area. So then we'll do this here. Straight, angled, there. So that should do it. And I should have some stuff here, right? I should have enough materials. Yeah, I've got 1,000 metal blocks. I've got lots of that. I've got not a whole lot of gears, but I don't need any of those. I don't need water. So I'm going to do this and get some logs going into here. Because well-being for the beavers that I've got is about the only thing that I could potentially do more with this map. I really don't see where else I can go that's really going to be useful or is going to end up being interesting. Where can I pull off of this? Because I just need to power this building, right? Because buildings that are attached transmit power, right? So if I get rid of these here, we'll speed things up a bit. while I'm at it, I'm going to get rid of this and put this in here. Prioritize this, and these. Hit the speed. Hopefully they get to it. While I pour myself another coffee. Alright. They didn't even let me get my coffee poured. They are fast, so let's go. There. And there and there. And then we will go there and there. And there. And that should transmit power to this block now because they are not touching. That's not good. Alright, how do I do this? How do I get the power to get from this block to this block? Because these are touching that. So theoretically, all of those should be touching, right? So how do I go from here to here? Are any of these... All I have to do is that and that, right? In theory? Oh, but these need 600 horsepower. Now, one thing I did not address is with this is what to do about power when all of this stops working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in here. Put this in here. And then all of that should be accessible from that there. And then every single one of these is gonna be one of these. Now obviously this spot here is gonna end up stopping these from being really effective. But I will have a lot of them, so it's not gonna be as big of a deal. There. And then gonna clean this up a little bit. So I'm gonna do this, and then I'll clean that out, and then for now, it's gonna be that. Okay, so there should be. And we'll speed this up. And I mentioned in the start that, well, I think I mentioned it in the start. Did I not mention it? I don't remember. It should be in the title that this is the last episode of this, and I think that the reason being is because I've reached a point where I've got a lot of beavers working away. I've gotten a lot of progress on that, and I've reached a point where it's just I can't really justify continuing to play this game as a stream with the frame rates so low. So I and the other thing is that I've got everything that my beavers could possibly want. You've got the main you've got the hilltop terrace, which is um, the majority of I think it's not the majority, but it's basically like the posh districts and the farming districts. So this is all they've got tons of farms, they've got tons of food, they've got tons of everything. Um, they even have books. Uh, and then you've got this district, which is uh, the lower level districts. It's not quite as fancy as this one. They're doing okay. They've got some logging, they've got some water collection, they've got a little bit of industry. Uh, they don't have as many people as the other district, but I say people, beavers. But they're happy. They're working. They're doing their stuff. They were basically there to do this wind farm. So I mean, it's not really. Well, that was the other thing that I ended up doing. I put these in as well. So there's additional gravity batteries. Oh man, I can't speak today. Gravity battery. Um, they're also doing a little bit of food, but they're mostly doing the other stuff. The prepping for this, which they're not actually doing anymore, but I mean that's besides the point. Then you've got the industrial district. So the industrial district is producing bots for the service of the live beavers, and it's self-contained, so it's basically not needing very much input from the rest of the map. And if I wanted to, with this being in the state that it is, I could basically uh, uh, sustain the rest of the map with just these golems. If I wanted to replace all of these guys with golems and just not have any live beavers, I could. Then you got this district, which is kind of a thrown-in district, but it's the logging industry. So this is It's a bots district. It's not self-sustaining, but uh, it is generating enough. It technically could generate enough wood for the rest of the map. So, like if I wanted to replace this with food, I could. If I wanted to replace all of this with, I mean, the majority of this is actually not. Yeah, see, like the amount of trees that are being cut down here is very, very minimal. So like it's unnecessary to have um, like I don't really need to worry about that. They're also generating a lot of food, so that's good. They don't have a lot of industry. I'm going to export some gears because right now they don't have any gears. I don't think they need any gears, but nope, I am wrong. They need 200 gears for this as well. No. Oh, they need gears for this, which is weird because why would they not need gears for this, but they need gears for this? That's weird. Oh well, doesn't matter. The fun of the game. Um, it doesn't have to be real. So that's why I think that at this stage, because even the droughts, I mean, it's not. I'm on normal mode. It's not hardcore mode, so it's not like the droughts are super long or anything. But even with a relatively long drought, I think that they will be fine. So I think that I am good for this. So I'm just gonna let this sit for a bit. Um, maybe finish these off, but it's ultimately not going to be a very long um, episode. And once this is done, I am likely going to not continue this. I do have plans to continue with doing Timberborn, but I'm going to start a new map, and I probably will, and I'm thinking of doing the other faction. I haven't played the Iron Teeth very much, so it'll be something new for me, so I think it'll be fun. So I'll be back in a bit. All right. Wow, excellent timing. So we're up to 35 well-being. I don't know how far I can go with this. For what's the highest I can go? I assume each of these is one. So 5 there, 8 there. So that's 10, so 15. 19, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So 28. Oh, but these are like, this is like high of 2. So this is likely 1. This is likely 1. These are even higher. Oh, 36. So the only thing that I don't have is cattail crackers in all of this. Is there a spot that I could grow cattails? Ooh, it's just, that's amazing. So I don't think I'm missing anything except for cattails. And I am going to do this. So this is for doing to there. So I'm going to do add new route books. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this. And I am going to replace this with books. And I will add another paper thing in here. So this is 2 every 1.6 hours. This is 1 every 1.5 hours. So I'm actually... I can actually build 2 of these for every one of these, approximately. But I don't actually need to. Right, they are too far from the district. I need to get away. I need to find a way of getting these guys up there. The easiest way to do that would be to there, there, and then I have to put one here. like that. So that's pointless. I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna put this here, there, like that. So this is gonna go up from here. I just need to be able to reach up from there, so I'm gonna do that to there, and then this should be enough space there, so there, and there, and then path, path. Hopefully that's not too far from the district, because right now this is all green. So I can't see this additional distance being anything but green. Speed this up a bit and see how it goes. Yeah, so the next series that I want to do in Timberborn, I might not do it a full, because up until now I've done 2 episodes a week, because I've been having a lot of fun with Timberborn. I wanted to play it a lot, and I really couldn't think of anything more that I really wanted to be able to do. Um, so I think for Timberborn, I am probably going to do only 1 episode per week. Or if I do um, more than one, it will likely be 2 episodes within the same day. Um, like a morning episode and an afternoon episode. Um, but beyond that, I am likely going to change Timberborn from being Tuesdays and Thursdays to only being a Tuesday thing. Thursday, I'm thinking on doing another game. I'm just not, I'm undecided on what I might want to do on that, because there's a few interesting games that I'd like to try out. One of the games is Junk Punk. It's been getting some updates recently, which are really cool. I've played it for a little bit, not very far into it, but I think it's an interesting game. Similar factory style game, built open world building games that like Timberborn and Satisfactory. And I think it's an interesting storyline that they've got going as well. So I think it will be fun to do that. Uh, what's the other games that I was thinking of doing? Um, Dyson Sphere program. That was another one that I was thinking of doing. Again, very similar style of game. I've played it before. I've played it quite a lot. a lot more than Junk Punk. Um, I actually started getting the Dyson Sphere, so more end game stuff going on that. But I haven't actually played it to completion. I know that there's a lot of new things coming out for that, and they've had a lot of really nice updates for the most recent thing. Um, uh, but the other thing is that they've got combat systems in there, and I'm not so sure that I want to do that. Um, but there's a lot of games out there that even older games that I'd like to revisit and um, maybe take other people along for the ride as well. So um, what else? Out of Ore is an interesting game that I've played around with a little bit, and it's getting interesting. It's somewhat similar. It's all about excavation and using instead of using futuristic machines, you're using just, you know, basic machines that you could find here to do things. So I think that's it's an interesting twist on instead of being all futuristic and everything. It's just normal. I mean, and as well, there's I could do Planet Crafters or Planet Crafter. That's a fun game. They've had some recent updates that I haven't played yet. Um, Tavern Master is it was fun when I ended up playing it. I'm not sure because it's kind of an interesting twist on the it's a similar game style to like Timberborn um and like Banished in that you're like building it's city building, but it's not actually city building. You're just building um, building a tavern, but it's basically becomes a city uh, in itself, uh, which I think could be fun. Again, I haven't played it in a while, so that might be another one that I can consider. But I mean, I've got a lot of games that I wouldn't mind trying out with this and seeing whether somebody likes it. If you are watching this and you have any suggestions, feel free to leave a comment. Not getting enough. Is there something else that? Oh, I've got too much. Oh, right, because yeah, they've got all of this. Right. I need to pipe this with power. That should be good. Although for right now, there basically is no power. And these guys are kicking in. Yeah, so I think my power balance is really good for these things because even a small amount of power on this is more than enough to reset these. But, I mean, it doesn't hurt to have more. So right now, the only thing that is generating power is the windmills. Um, Water power isn't running. So, yeah. And now this is at 280 horsepower, so that's nice. So when this ends up finally getting built, that's gonna end up being a huge, well, it's not gonna be a huge drain on the system because I have more than enough power to go around. So I wonder if I am going, yeah, I'm going to increase the priorities on this. Because that stuff over there is unnecessary. And basically this is the final stuff that we're gonna end up building. Because I don't see a reason to build much more than this. I wish there was a way to set up time lapses in YouTube, like within the editor, because I tried to figure out, I couldn't see any means of doing that. I can cut sections out of videos, which, you know, for the long stretches like this where it's going to end up taking a while for stuff to get built, it I don't know whether that's all that interesting to keep in the videos. So cutting these things out might end up shortening the video, but at the same time, I like to have I want to be able to show how this entire game, like all of these games, are fully played, not the good parts. I want to show the other parts that a lot of other YouTubers might not show you, where they have to sit there for like 10 hours waiting for stuff to happen. I mean, I've kind of done that a little bit, just with this for the terraforming, um, which I didn't really want to do, but at the same time, it's like trying to stay balanced. I'm trying to find a balance on this because the frame rates when like at one point it was down to like 7 frames a second. Um, I couldn't move. I couldn't move around the map to other places without, feeling like I'm fast forwarding through it. The video was not seamless. Um, so that's why I kind of I'd like to be able to have a way of keeping some of that in, and showing that, yes, it's a fun game, but um, if you're wanting to play, there's some stuff that you're gonna have to sit there and wait for it to happen. Like walk away, go get something to eat, uh, because it's gonna take a bit. Um, so I was kind of hoping that if I could get some time lapses in there, but the the only way that I can see is if I record these videos and not stream them, and kind of lazy because I don't really want to do that. I don't want to sit there and um, uh, play around with the video. The other side of things is I don't have the experience on that. I'd like to learn, but I tend to learn on my own. I basically go get a book, open up some software, and just start playing around. And all right, we're getting there. We're getting higher. Uh, so video editing and the amount of things that you can do with video editing and the underlying reasons why you would use particular options. Um, I'm still learning all of that, and I'm learning it on my own, and I'm trying to learn it at a pace that I can pick it up. Because I think it's interesting, but at the same time, it's like um, unless I can find a practical use for a particular option, I don't want to learn it. Um, uh, but I also want to be balanced in that if I don't know something's possible, then when I end up encountering a situation where this would be perfect for it, um, I want to know that it's possible. Um, so if I can learn it slowly and build up my experience on that, I think that it'll be good. Right now, I'm using OBS right now. A lot of the more basic functions, and I'm using YouTube Studio a little bit, but again, mostly just basic functions. Um, and so far that's good because I mean I've had to change a few things. I've had to tweak a few things to try and get things to work. Um, my system isn't a slouch by any means, but at the same time, like trying to record video and stream video and run a game in relatively high resolution and at high frame rates is asking a lot of it. So I've had to find out ways I can adjust that to make it work a lot smoother. Um, which has been fun. I mean, I like learning new things. So this experience in general has been interesting. This is gonna take a while. Oh wow, actually, that might not take as long as I thought it might. Do I have enough iron blocks? Why are you flooded? How are you flooded? Oh, because it's coming through here and not making the curve, so it's just flowing over there. That's fine. Oh, I am getting a lot of emails. Um, am I getting metal blocks from here? I am not. I need to move metal blocks to there. Do I have a lot of metal blocks here? I have 616 metal blocks here, so I still have quite a bit. Do I have a lot of metal blocks here? 34. So, not really. Alright, so this is going to Hilltop Terrace. So, yeah, so I think I'm good on that. So that's the only thing that I needed to do was put that to there. And those guys should be fine. Yeah, got planks going there. They've got metal blocks going there. They got planks going there. So now it's a matter of time of waiting, or a matter of waiting, which is kind of boring, but well, I'm gonna have to wait for it, so. But yeah, for video, it would be nice to be able to have things like this where um, I can show what's going on without actually having to um, like I don't have to cut it out, but I don't have to actually show the entire real time. Just just something that I wish I could do, and I can't do that with a live stream. I can only do that with edited video. Um, but as of right now, my system can't handle, or at least I haven't figured out a way of getting it to be able to handle uh, streaming and recording video at the same time. Because if I could stream and record video at the same time with my own system, what I would end up doing is I would end up just not saving the streams, upload the video afterwards after I end up editing it. Um, but right now I'm for the videos I am relying on the YouTube DVR, where it's actually recording the stream as it's being uploaded from my system. So I'm utilizing that for the time being, but YouTube Studio itself, as much as it's pretty powerful, so far I haven't been able to find, because the video editor is only basic. It gives you some functionality, but it doesn't give you um, everything that you would possibly have with a regular um, video editor. Can't get all required materials. Why can't it get all the required materials? So this is sending it to here, right? Metal blocks. So it's getting there, but it's not getting there fast. Do I have storage for metal blocks? Yes. Oh, I have lots. Why was it complaining about? I don't know. I don't get it. Ah. It's getting there. 60 to go. 10 more to go. Nope, 50 more to go. 40. 30. Ooh, ooh, and we're going up. Going up. The only thing that I could I wonder if I should, for the sake of completion, I mean, I can increase this stuff to increase these guys, but I think the biggest win will end up being this, is having cattail crackers. But I honestly, given the low frame rates and the amount of effort that I would end up having to put into place to be able to get this, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't think I do. So we're up to 41. Six more to go before we find out whether this actually worked. Because I don't know whether powering all of these buildings is gonna work. And in which case, if I can't do that, I have to pipe power. Yep. Nope, it didn't work. Building needs power to run, which means that it's not getting power transmitted to it. How? So all of that was completely and utterly pointless. So try and reclaim some of this. Because what I'm going to do is get rid of this to there. Um, like that. And now what I'm going to do is work backwards from here. To there. Steps down to here. Steps down to here. Steps down from here to here. Nope, that's not. No, what I'm gonna need to do is not there, but here. So all the way along here. Then there. Well, that's interesting. One of the games on Steam that I'm waiting for going on sale has gone on sale. So we've got this. Like that. Then that. Then this. Then this. All the way to there. So straight to there. Steps up to there, takes a turn there. This, I did not think this through. I need to do this here. Because this needs to step up to here, steps up there, steps there. Spins, spins, there, and there. And that gets me power to there. And now, because there's other stuff that is being built, I need to do this. Like that. And like that. So that will be a higher priority than anything else. And I wish they would clean this place up. It is a mess. What were they thinking? I have a lot of injured beavers. So what I'm going to do as well. Well, it doesn't seem that the injuries are affecting me any. I'm going to put in a few medical beds. Just in case. So that they can rest up and continue working. This is going to need a lot of materials. The sad thing is most of this is unnecessary because I think the power situation is perfectly fine. I need to get power to here. Pour myself another coffee while I wait. I don't think I'm going to worry about that other power situation. I'm just going to worry about getting this monument up and running. just call it done at that point, because I don't think any issues that I might have are easily resolved. Um, and anything more that I can potentially do on this is just gonna end up making the frame rates even worse. Now, the one thing that I don't know is, am I going to be able to get to every single piece of this? And that I am uncertain on. The one that I'm not sure on is this. Oh, yeah, see, it's too far from the district. So that means that I need to build a path to it. Which is super annoying. Alright, so this here. Like that, and that, and that, and that. So step up to there, step up to there, step up to there. Path, path, path. And prioritize. Oh. Yeah, so the only things I could potentially do that would benefit from this is to add cattails and cattail crackers, which means that I have to not only set up the water farms, because they need to be submerged to be able to operate. Uh, then they need to be processed with a grist mill to turn it into cattail flour. And then the flour needs to be baked in a bakery into cattail crackers. So I don't think, like, the amount of effort that I'm going to end up having to put in to squeeze a few more points out of this. Plus, the other side of things is there's also the other aspects. So, like, increasing all of these numbers just by increasing the production on everything, so that this is maximized. While it would be interesting, I think that the having to deal with the frame rates, because right now I'm at 15, 16 FPS, and that's with my graphics are dialed down a lot. Um, you probably can't you probably can't tell um, by the time it ends up going through on video. I don't know. I don't actually watch the videos. I make these videos, but I don't actually watch them myself. So I don't know. I know for moving around the map to try to get to different spots to be able to build is painful for me. Um, so I don't think it would be enjoyable for me, so I don't think it would be enjoyable for anyone else for this. So that's why I think that at this stage, I'm just going to end up considering that I've done enough for this. It's been a while since I've played Timberborn, so I've actually learned quite a lot. I had a lot of fun playing and learning the new mechanics because I hadn't actually played with the bots before. I'd seen um, the release information on it, and I've seen some YouTubers working with them, but I haven't really watched a lot of it, so I came into this knowing a bit about them, but all of the landscaping, terraforming, and all of that stuff, I hadn't. Yay! There we go. I hadn't. I didn't know any of that stuff, so it was a lot of fun trying to figure that out. Um, so I had a good time playing. Um, and I think on this note, now that we've got a fair amount of beavers all happy, um, the highest well-being that. Well, actually, let's see. So yeah, this person is at 57 well-being, which means that they are working speed is 150%. And it looks like that might be maximum because it doesn't say that there's an unlock next. So movement speed is plus 60%, and their life expectancy is 110%. Um, so very happy to be living here uh, in this. So on that note, I think I will close off this chapter. But we've only just begun with Timberborn. There are so many different things that I can do. The next one, which I might start this afternoon, um, or I might wait until next week. Is I am debating on which map I'm going to start. But I'm going to do the Iron Teeth faction. I haven't played them in a really long time, and I've only played them a little bit. Um, the mechanics are unique with them, so there's a lot of things that I learned here that I'm not going to be able to apply with them. I'm going to have to learn some new techniques. I'm going to have to learn how to manage them fresh. So I hope that you will join me for that. Um, the two maps that I am considering are the Lakes map and the Thousand Islands map. I've looked at them and I'm not certain which one I want to be able to do. Oh, hey, even farther, even higher now. All right. So yeah, I haven't decided on which one to do. Um, so I will likely just flip a coin because each map has its own challenges. Um, they're pretty similar challenges in that the amount of water when it is available is abundant. The land is very nice to be able to grow stuff on it, but it also means that uh, the vastness of the water, the water sources are not as abundant, which means that when you're in a drought, it is going to be difficult. So keeping the water on the map is going to be the challenge. So each one ends up having its own. The Thousand Islands is there's a lot of land and water spread out, so it's a nice growing situation. Uh, Whereas the lakes one is there's a lot of water, um, potentially a lot of water to save up to be able to keep the beavers alive, but at the same time, the not as much land, usable land to be able to work with. So each one's going to end up having its own challenges, which I look forward to. But for now, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and catch you next time. Bye.